My name is Godfrey Livingstone Boy. I'm a psychological counselor. Today I want to share with you about how to resolve guilt, how to manage guilt inside of you. Once you feel guilt, how to resolve it, how to manage it. First of all, guilt is an unpleasant feeling. It arises from our thoughts. In guilt, we feel responsible for what happened. But guilt affirms our morality. Guilt sometimes is a motivator for change. If we hurt someone we care, we love, guilt helps to improve our behavior. Therefore, guilt is there to help you to improve your behavior, to change your behavior, to act accordingly. But unresolved guilt keeps memory emotionally charged. That means you may remain emotionally if the guilt is not well resolved. Therefore, unresolved guilt disturbs our memory. It disturbs the way we look our future. The second, what do we feel guilty about? This is very important as well. What do we feel guilt about? One is about what we do, we think, or we feel. For instance, drinking too much, saving oneself but not others. That means you are selfish on doing whatever we do. Guilt may arise. Acting unkindly to someone, you may remain with guilt if you do something which is unkind to someone. Careless, if you are acting careless as you do your things, as you are performing a certain responsibility, a certain duties you are supposed to do. But also when you do the errors in judgment, judge accordingly. But once you do an error on judgment, then the guilt may arise in you. But once you enjoy aspect of sexual abuse, you tend to enjoy, but what you are doing is sexually abuse. You are abusing others sexually, but you tend to enjoy. You enjoy by doing so. You must remain with guilt. But second, what we fail to do. What we fail to do, what we fail to think and to feel. First one, I said, what we do and what we think or feel. Now second, what we feel, we fail to do, to think or to feel. For instance, failing to save or protect others. You are in a position of protecting others. You are in a position of saving others, but you fail to do so. But when you fail to take suitable precaution, people are expecting you to take a precaution, but you fail to take a precaution. Not only precaution, but suitable precautions, which is expected. But when you freeze and doing nothing, and we expect you to do something, but we freeze and doing nothing, but you fail to stop chronic abuse. You tend to have abusive behavior, but you fail to stop it. You remain with guilt. But failing to say, I love you, if it's your spouse, if it's your friends, they expect to hear that. But once you fail to say, I love you, I respect you, if the wife is expected to say, I respect you, my husband, or the husband is expecting to say, I love you, once he failed to do so, you remain with guilt because you are supposed to do that. When wishing you could done something, when you wished you could do something, but you failed to do it. But third one, what do we feel guilt about is when, third one, unresolved. When you remain with unresolved things inside, unresolved, and you remain with blaming. If you have a trauma and you are not resolving it, then the guilt remains inside. And once guilt remains inside, is due to unresolved one. Now let us look about stages of resolutions. How to resolve this, the stages. 1. The first stage is denial. Guilt is so uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable. You may deny first because of the uncomfortability you are feeling. You may deny. But also, those denial, it may lead you to be shocked or to be numb. Psychologically, we say numb or shocked because of that stage of denial. But also, we have a second one. Second stage is processing. In the processing, it comes when you assess the harm of that guilt in yourself or to others. Slowly, we learn a lesson, and you try to neutralize the emotionally by clarifying clearly the guilt you are thinking or the fault you have or you are thinking. That fault you are thinking, you slowly come up and try to neutralize it, because guilt is hurting a person in the inner being. Third stage is resolving or resolution. Here in this stage, an individual express appropriately his sorrow for the hurt we have caused and make clearly or make appropriate way of thinking. Therefore, guilt and self-punishment started to disappear inside. Once you reach the point of expressing appropriately what happened and the guilt come up, is because I failed to protect others, you express, or because of saving myself and left my friends, or enjoying aspect of sexual abusing, you remain with guilt. And then when you resolve it, when you express appropriately the causes of that guilt, then slowly you become free. Now let us come to the how is guilt resolved? There was several questions which happened to your mind, which you have to think about this. What happened? This is the first question. What happened? Here, in this question, try to describe the event. List all the facts. What did I do that was good and bad? Second question. Why did the event happen? Why this event happened? Here, why did it happen to me? Was it a random act of neutral or of God? What is something about me? Third question, why did I act the way I did during the event? This is a very important question for you to resolve this. This is a very important question. Why did I act the way I did during the event? Fourth question, why have I acted the way I have since that time? That means when that event happened, we have seen the changes. You act differently. Now, why have I acted the way I have since that time? That means you may evaluate the changes which you have in your behavior after meet a certain events which create guilt inside of your mind. And the fifth one is something like this were to happen again. What would I do differently to cope and survive? This is very important. This now is for future. We think if something happened, how could I going to act? How am I going to survive to make sure that things going smoothly? Thank you very much. I think you have learned something on how to resolve the guilt. Now what is this? Some of guilt is motivator, as I told you. Because if you do something bad to someone you love, guilt is there so that you can change your behavior. You can adjust the way you do for the other people whom usually you love. But I said, guilt usually, if is not resolved or if is unresolved, it brings emotions, it disturbs your memory. Therefore, it's really important to resolve it. Remember the stages of denial. First, as the first stage. Remember the second stage, processing. Remember the third stage, resolving. This is very important. Wishing you all the best. When you are in a guilt, we are normal, we are human. Therefore, pass through those stages so that you can resolve the guilt inside of you, so that you cannot remain with it, so that it can disturb the memory. Thank you very much. Next time,